Good evening and many thanks for joining us. This is the 9th day of September, the year 2025. It is 11 past 9 o'clock. Don't worry, you are just right on time for the latest update in the world of politics, business and sports. And of course, this particular week, and of course to be precise today, one of the most contested issues has been the extension of the term limit for the elective offices from 5 to 7 years in the proposed amendment bill of 2025. Now, the Senate has, however, moved to dispel growing speculation surrounding the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill of 2025, stressing that claims about extending term limits and creating new executive positions are false. In a statement issued today through its official account, the Senate noted that misinformation about the content of the bill had been circulating, confusing the public and political actors, insisting that the bill does not touch on provisions relating to presidential, gubernatorial, parliamentary or county assembly terms. So what does the bill entail? Now, according to the Senate, and this is the earlier communication that was sent to the newsroom, the Senate bill is primarily designed to strengthen devolution and reinforce bicameralism within Parliament. The proposals aim to strengthen the Senate by granting it an equal right or rather role in the National Assembly in the legislative process by ensuring that the most bills must be considered and passed by both houses. Additionally, the bill provides that the Senate with direct role in budget making process and oversight of public finances. These include participating in approval of key state officials such as the Control of Budget and the Auditor General. The bill also proposes that the establishment of a constitutionally protected county assembly fund to safeguard the financial independence of county legislators and protect them from undue interference in their operation. That was the communication that was sent earlier on in just to try and dispel the already looming crisis that was already spreading and sparking a lot of mixed reaction among Kenyans. And the Senate has come out clear to state their stand on the matter. Now, remember, this and many more will be coming to you, but first thing first, our top stories tonight.
Tonight, powering Kenya. Ruto says Kenya is ready to sign power purchase agreement with Ethiopia. We have your best interest at heart. Kindiki says government to work with boda sector to safeguard their livelihood. Also tonight, false and unsupported. Senate rubbish off claims of bill seeking to extend term limit for elected leaders from 5 to 7 years. Plus, looming eviction. Residents of Kalinga in Samburu County appeals for justice over imminent land eviction.
This is Kutv Primetime News with Auma Evans.
Right, our sign language interpreter tonight is Naomi Omboi. Remember, you can talk to us on all of our social media platforms. We are coming to you live on YouTube at KUTV News Live. You can tweet us on X at KUTV_Kenya, and you can use the hashtag State of the Nation. Now, we begin with the latest, and this is in regard to the tragic passing of a city lawyer by Matthew Kialo, who was shot in a roundabout, rather during a traffic. And of course, Kialo was He served as a chairman of the dispute tribunal in regard to the parties and was shot today while on traffic on his way to his residence. And it has been confirmed that he was shot by armed robbers who shot at him while on traffic. And of course, we'll be bringing you up to date with the latest as far as that particular story is concerned, and of course the incident and what transpired as soon as we work on that particular story. And be sure to catch the full details even as we bring you up to speed with some other stories that we had prepared for you this particular evening. And now, President William Ruto has announced Kenya's readiness to sign a new power purchase agreement with Ethiopia following the launch of a grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. Ruto says the deal will strengthen regional integration, lower energy cost, and support Kenya's transition to clean energy by the year 2030. Edna Nerea starts us off with that story.
In Addis Ababa, President Ruto lauded the Grand Renaissance Dam as a landmark African achievement, a symbol of the continent's ambition for energy self-resilience. He noted that despite Africa's abundant renewable resources, nearly half of its population still lacks electricity, making the project central to the Africa Union's energy vision.
The government and the people of the Federal Republic of Ethiopia on this historic achievement. The Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam is not only a feat of engineering ambition, it is also a bold affirmation of Africa's capacity to shape its own destiny, marshal its resources, and deliver transformative infrastructure in pursuit of prosperity.
Ruto underscored Kenya's existing clean energy partnership with Ethiopia anchored on a 25-year agreement through which Kenya imports 200 megawatts of hydroelectric power. He added that the 1,045-kilometer Ethiopia-Kenya interconnector is a crucial pillar of East Africa regional power integration.
The Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam strengthens this transition by integrating zero-emission power into our grid and reducing reliance on fossil fuels. Importantly, it also supports Kenya's national development priorities under Vision 2030 and the bottom-up economic transformation agenda by expanding access in undeserved regions, empowering young people and women entrepreneurs, and promoting green industrialization.
The president further announced Kenya's readiness to deepen the deal, describing the Renaissance Dam as vital supply during droughts, enhancing grid reliability, and meeting Kenya's rising demand, now exceeding 2,300 megawatts.
Kenya remains committed to working with Ethiopia, a key regional partner, as it takes this leap towards energy sufficiency and economic transformation. Your Excellencies, the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam is not merely a national project. It is a Pan-African statement. It exemplifies the scale and ambition of African-led infrastructure and aligns with Africa Union's vision of continental energy.
President Ruto's remarks in Addis Ababa underscored Ethiopia's Grand Renaissance Dam as central to Africa's energy future, while affirming Kenya's commitment to regional power integration through long-term agreements aimed at securing reliable, sustainable electricity for growing national and continental demand. Edna Nerea, KUTV, Nairobi.
Right, thank you, Edna Nerea, for that comprehensive reporting. Now, in a bid to curb unemployment and ensure economic sustainability, Deputy President Kithure Kindiki affirmed the government's commitment to collaborate with boda-boda operators to reform sector and safeguard their livelihood. Speaking during an engagement with the Meru County boda-boda representatives and Al Azizia Football Club players and fans in Tharaka Nithi County, the Deputy President stressed that only a small fraction of boda-boda riders engage in criminal activities, noting that the majority are genuine and law-abiding citizens. Our very own Pauletta Koth with the details.
In a bid to curb unemployment and ensure economic sustainability, Deputy President Kithure Kindiki affirmed the government's commitment to collaborate with border operators to reform the sector and safeguard their livelihoods. Speaking during an engagement with Meru County border representatives and Al Azizia Football Club players and fans in Tharaka Nithi County, the Deputy President stressed that only a small fraction of border riders engage in criminal activities, noting that the majority are genuine and law-abiding.
Pia wao watii sheria, lakini kuna baadhi ya wengine ambao wako kwa hiyo sekta ambao wanataka kuiharibu hiyo sekta kwa sababu hawataki kutii sheria ya barabara. Wanaendesha pikipiki kiholela, wanatumia njia ambayo haikubaliwi. On a busy highway you do a dangerous high turn, ama unaingia barabarani bila kuobserve vile sheria ya traffic inasema.
Beyond transport reforms, the DPA highlighted youth empowerment initiatives, including creating jobs in housing and market construction, ICT hubs, and expanding foreign job opportunities.
Nchi ambayo imeharibiwa alafu wakose mahali ya kutoa riziki kwa watoto wao. Ndio unaona tunakazana na maneno ya kuongeza ajira katika taifa, tukijua ya kwamba wale watu wengi ambao wanatafuta ajira ni vijana, na tuko na programs kama 5-6 ya kuongeza ajira na kupunguza ukosefu wa kazi katika taifa letu la Kenya.
In another engagement, the President's right-hand man Farouk Kibet and Mwala MP Vincent Musyoka showcased government-backed initiatives to uplift grassroots livelihoods. Riders received electric motorcycles from e-mobility company Spiro, promising greener and safer transport. For a long time, the government has been engaging on empowerment activities in different counties. This time, the focus is shifted to the border sector, a sector majorly used by politicians during campaigns, whether lawfully or unlawfully, with the focus of restoring trust in the sector. Paulette Akoth, Kutv.
Alright, now a suspected border thief was on Tuesday morning burnt to death by irritated residents of Madogo area, Bangale and Tana North Sub-County. And as KUTV's Yusuf Abdi Nasir reports, the suspect, who was not identified, together with his accomplice, attacked Osman Saleh at his home in Adale area as he was preparing to go to the mosque for the morning prayers at 4 a.m. and stole his motorcycle, sparking anger among the residents.
Suspected border thief was lynched by angry residents of Madogo, Tana North Sub-County. According to eyewitnesses, the suspect, together with his accomplice, attacked Osman Saleh at his home in Adele area as he was preparing to go to the mosque for the morning prayers at 4 a.m. Speaking to the press, Muhammad Abaloni, a village elder, said that the victim's colleague whom they were sleeping together in the house fought the assailants, managing to seriously injure one of them on the leg using a spade. He further stated that the resident traced the attackers through a trail of blood and found the suspected thief writhing in pain.
Kiwa ni katika mwendo wa saa 11:30 hivi, basi waliweza kuvamia ile nyumba ya kwanza, na walipovamia ile nyumba wakaweza kumjeruhi ambaye huyo mwadhini, wakamdunga shingoni na nyingine karibu na kifua, karibu na rohoni, na ikawa akapiga kamsa kidogo. Yule mgeni wake akatoka kwa kile chumba alichokuwa ndani. Alipotoka alitoka na rungu na kisu, akaweza kumtetea ule mwenzake kwa sababu alikuwa tayari amelemewa. Akamdunga mmoja wa wale wezi mguuni, na katika kumdunga kiatu kimoja kikatoka hapo, na akawa ameshika akakimbia. Alipokuwa anakimbia, kumbe damu naye inatona. Tulipotoka msikitini kufuatia damu, tukaja tukampata huyu bwana amejilaza hapo karibu na ukuta. Tukamhoji, akatuelezea yeye ni kabila gani na ametoka wapi na dhamira yake ni nani na waliokuwa wamemtuma. basi ikawa raia wamezidi, tukaanza kumshughulikia, kumhoji.
Attributing the surge of criminal activities to unemployment, Gladys Munani, a resident, has called on the security apparatus to enhance night patrols, saying that the area was increasingly becoming insecure, with locals fearing for their lives, retreating to their homes early for fear of being attacked.
Lakini wizi imekuwa mingi sana pande ya Mandogo. Naomba serikali yetu isikie kilio yetu. Mambo ni mengi sana. Tutafutiwe wale vijana wako hapa wenye hawana kazi, watafutiwe kazi ya kufanya. Ndio wizi ipungue hapa. Tukipata kazi hata kama ni ya kupangia soko hapa, wizi itafungua.
Meanwhile, Joseph Kipkorir, Bengal Deputy County Commissioner, has urged the residents not to take the law into their hands, revealing that the security apparatus were working closely with their counterparts in Bura to uncover a motorbike theft syndicate that he noted exists.
Na hii ni kitu wakati tuliuliza wananchi ni kwamba hii ni kama ni syndicate ya wenye wanaiba pikipiki, na hizo pikipiki mara mingi nasikia inaibiwa inaelekea pande ya Bura. So tutashirikiana na wale security team ya pande hiyo kuangalia kwamba hii syndicate tutamaliza, na naomba wananchi kwamba wakati wote ile wasichukulie, hata kama kuna hasira, wasichukulie sheria mkononi mwao. Wangeshika huyo mtu ndio tuweze kujua kabisa hii syndicate inaendelea namna gani, ndio tuweze kufuatilia hata wale wengine.
The incident comes barely a week after 2 people were killed, one during a robbery and another in retaliatory attack, sparking inter-community tensions. Yusuf Abdinasir, KUTV, Nairobi.
Thank you, Yusuf. Now, the Senate has dismissed false claims that the proposed Constitution Amendment Bill of 2025 seeks to extend term limit for elected leaders from 5 to 7 years. Responding to a post purportedly from the Kenya Gazette amplified by the activist Hussein Khalid, suggested that the creation of a Prime Minister's office appointed by the President. However, the Senate clarified that bill's objective is to strengthen devolution by enhancing bicameralism, making the Senate co-equal to the National Assembly, boosting its financial oversight role and safeguarding county assemblies. Right, now to that story of a celebrated lawyer and author. That is Michael Kialo, who was shot, or rather gunned down by unknown assailant at around 7:30 p.m. along Langata Road on his way from work. That is allegedly. Now, it has been reported that the lawyer was driving home after he was attacked by unknown assailants and his vehicle was pulled over. And of course, the unknown assailants on motorcycle fired 3 times around his chin. Now, the police report indicates that the victim, identified as that is Advocate Matthew Chalo Mbovu, was driving home and he was gunned down by assailant on a motorcycle, and they have launched investigation to get to the bottom of the matter. Remember, this is just the developing story that you're getting, and we'll be updating you on the more details as soon as more details unravel. So we want to take a very short break. When we come back, we still have much lined up for you, but let's take this fast breather and we'll be back with more.
Our planet's future is in our hands. However, there is a threat to the brightness of this tomorrow. On EarthCheck, we share the challenges, the solutions, and the hope.
I would call this a very momentous day, a very critical day.
Every episode, every story, every step we take creates a ripple. Join me, the environmentalist Emmanuel Kutosi, on KUTV every Wednesday at 8 p.m. and be part of Action. Welcome.
Ni nguzo na uso wa jamii. Kupanda shuka akawa tuzo, ukakamavu wake ukatii na kumfanya mwenye bidii. Kwa machozi na makeke akabaini jinsi ya kuweni. Huyu ni mwanamke ngangari kwa jinsi alivyo ng'ari. Mimi ni mwanamke mwake. Usikose kutazama kipindi cha mwanamke mwake nami Caroline Kimwele.
You are watching KUTV Primetime News with Auma Evans.
Welcome back and thank you for keeping it State of the Nation. Now, corruption remains one of the greatest challenges undermining governance, accountability, and development in Kenya. From the mismanagement of public resources to the abuse of office, the vice continues to erode public trust. Rose Karuri cross-checked and examined various corruption cases and how the relevant authorities are handling the menace and prepared the following report.
Corruption within county governments has continued to frustrate devolution, with officials accused of diverting public funds, issuing fake permits, and colluding with individuals to deny counties their rightful revenue. 11 counties, among them Kajiado, West Pokot, Nairobi, Siaya, Kitui, and Turkana, are currently under investigation for irregular tenders and misuse of county funds, amounting to more than 6 billion shillings. In Garissa, senior officers are linked to 1.2 billion shilling fraud. Despite legal setbacks, President William Ruto has set up the Presidential Multi-Agency Team on the War Against Corruption to intensify the fight. The Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission EACC and the Directorate of Criminal Investigations DCI have in recent months summoned several leaders, including governors, over corruption-related charges. In Machakos, Governor Wavinya Ndeti has taken bold steps, suspending 36 county staff over corruption in revenue collection. The president has also brought together the EACC, DCI, and the Asset Recovery Agency to strengthen integrity systems, but counties remain vulnerable due to weak enforcement.
The following county staff are hereby suspended with immediate effect. Therefore, will be required to hand over to the respective chief officer and cease transacting any business going forward on behalf of the county government of Machakos. This is because they have been found capable in one way or another in fraudulent syndicate.
Billions continue to be lost through graft. Pressure is mounting on anti-graft agencies. Until clear answers emerge, Kenyans remain skeptical and continue to demand action, not just promises. Rose Karuri, KUTV, Nairobi.
Now let's switch gears to Samburu County. Now, residents of Igu Kalinga village in Makinon Ward, Samburu Sub-County are urgently appealing to the National Land Commission to resolve a decade-old dispute of a 10,190-acre ranch, fearing imminent eviction from their ancestral land. Take a look.
For decades, residents of Kalinga village, Samburu Sub-County, enjoyed peace brought by nature after 7 villages including Egu, Dufaro, Nyacha, Dokata, Roka, Sirika and Silaloni contributed their piece of land amounting to 10,190 acres to form Duruma Group Ranch near Savo East National Park, a ranch intended to promote socio-economic development for the pastoralists community. At the moment, the villagers live in fear of eviction. This follows the alleged unlawful capture of the land by deceased influential chief and its renaming to Dokata Ranch Company in the 1970s. According to Changoti Lugwe, the only surviving member of the ranch, the chief and his descendants oppressed the people by expanding the ranch illegally, leaving no land for building. Michael Lugwe also narrated that the chief replaced members with relatives after registration since 2000.
Sasa kitu ambacho tunataka shamba yetu, tumedhulumika kutosha. Kwa sababu yule mzee amedhulumu, watoto wake pia nao wameingia wanadhulumu zaidi. Wameanza kuongeza sehemu ambazo wakati huo sisi kama wanachama hatukusema huku kuwe range. Saa hii wamepanua mipaka mpaka sasa mahali pa kukaa hatuna. Tunaomba haki yetu kutoka leo. Tukapata majibu mwaka huu kwamba tunatakikana tuende Kwale, twende tukalalamike, na tukaenda tukalalamika huko kupitia kwa petitioner wetu ambaye ni Changoti Lugwe Mwinzagu. Toka wakati huo hatujapata majibu kutoka kwa National Lands Commission, na tunaomba serikali kuu ya Mheshimiwa William Samoei Ruto atusaidie.
On the other hand, Agnes Nyai revealed that armed guards are restricting their movement, leaving them without grazing land for their livestock and no alternative means to support their livelihoods, causing severe hardship for the community.
Tunakwa kutembea, hakuna tu kuvunja kuni, tukifika huko porini tunafukuzwa ni askari kwa kiwaya. Hata juzi tarehe 4 niliyopatikana maskari jeshi yu wawili na kiwaya mwenyewe. Akaanza kunifukuza na gari. Mimi ni mwanamuke, nikakimbia, Mungu akanipatia maarifa. Nikakimbia, wakaenda mbele, mimi nikarudi nyuma. Wakapotoa ni miguu yangu. Saa hii ilikuwa niko mochari, mimi nilikuwa ni masishi yangu leo. Saa hii mimi sina kwa kukaa Yemeni. Hapa mimi sina nasaidia, namwomba serikali kuu ya William Ruto itusaidie. Hatuna pahali kwa kufuga watoto wetu, hatuna pahali ya kukaa. Tumeshangaa saa hii hatuna.
Despite multiple petitions, including a 2021 appeal and a 2025 meeting with the National Land Commission, the community remains denied access to their ancestral land. They are now calling on the government to intervene in the matter and ensure their land ownership is restored. Beryl Otieno reporting for KUTV.
Right, now crossing beyond our borders, now reports are emerging that Israel has carried out an airstrike targeting senior Hamas leaders in Doha, Qatar, a move that is already sending shockwaves across the region. According to Israeli officials, the airstrike, described as a direct response to recent attacks in Jerusalem, was aimed at top figures within Hamas political bureau, including Halil al-Haya and Khalid Mashal. The fate of the targeted leaders remain unclear, with conflicting reports on whether they survived. This is the first time Israel has launched an airstrike on Qatar soil, a country that not only hosts American military bases but also has been a central to US brokered ceasefire talks in the Gaza conflict. The attack could derail ongoing ceasefire negotiations, strain Israel ties with Gulf states, and heighten the risk of retaliation. Right, so you're taking another very short break. When we come back, it's all about sporting news.
uso wa jamii. Kupanda shuka akawa tuzo, ukakamavu wake ukatii na kumfanya mwenye bidii. Kwa machozi na makeke akabaini jinsi ya kuweni. Huyu ni mwanamke ngangari kwa jinsi alivyo ng'ari. Mimi ni mwanamke mwake. Usikose kutazama kipindi cha mwanamke mwake nami Caroline Kimwele.
Hi, my name is Stella Tioi.
Jina langu naitwa Okemwa Mokwa James.
This is Mandela Gaya.
Ugonjwa ulipokuja ulichukua siku 3 ukaniweka in coma. 20 wamezikwa, 2 ndio wako hai.
I don't even know how it feels to see.
I feel like I cannot express myself well the way somebody who can walk can actually express themselves.
Ilichukua muda mwingi mrefu tena mpana ili kuikubali kwamba mimi siwezi tembea tena.
I've come to actually accept myself.
Ukijaribu kumsimamisha mtu umwambie tafadhali nionyeshe njia,
They find it quite strange talking to you.
We should just make schools integrated,
Inclusive setups.
by providing the right facilities.
Right, it's now time for the latest update in the world of sports. Now, the national men's football team, Harambee Stars, taught Seychelles football lessons in the FIFA 2026 World Cup qualifiers, thrashing the island nation 5-0 in Group F match played today at Moi Sports Center, Kasarani. Kenya's fast rising forward Ryan Ogam opened the score sheet after only 7 minutes of playing time. Colin Sishenje added the second goal 28 minutes later before Duke Abuya made it 3-0 7 minutes to halftime before Harambee Stars captain Michael Olunga bagged a brace to make it 5-0. Despite the electrifying results, Kenya sits fourth in the Group F with 9 points, 9 points shy of group leaders Ivory Coast after playing 8 matches in the FIFA World Cup qualifiers.
Football is about pressure. Sometimes it goes your way, sometimes it don't. Today it went good. Bless you. No, I think happy for the players. I think to pick themselves up after the Gambia game wasn't easy because I think we prepared ourselves really well for that game, and then you make the mistakes that you did and then you get punished. So yeah, not the best way to go out when you play at home. But then today, I think did exactly what we said we wanted to do. Take the game to them. Don't make it easy for them from the first minute. And when we create chances, just be a bit more ruthless, clinical in front of goal. And then we worked a bit on set pieces yesterday, quite a bit. And then we knew that their team wasn't the tallest and that. So if we put the balls in the right areas, we could get some joy. But we have to be, like I said, ruthless in front of goal. Yeah, and then today to score 4 goals in the first half.
What a fabulous way to bounce back from defeat. 5-0. We couldn't ask for more. Well, congratulations to the boys, despite the fact that that is the end of road for them. Unfortunately, the dream to play in the World Cup will have to wait for a little bit longer, perhaps for another 4 years. However, a 5-0 win against Seychelles after Gambia thrashing, that is a strong statement, and we continue to believe in our team and pray for them, and of course to continue to support our team no matter what. Despite the loss, we'll still show up, the Kenyan spirit. Anyway, so that's a wrap. Many thanks for the men and women behind the scene, and of course for you esteemed viewers for always keeping us a company in the last 48 minutes or so. My good name is Auma Evans. Naomi Ombui has been a sign language interpreter tonight. Until next time, by the grace of God, do have a lovely night, and God bless Kenya.